Hi, this is Dana from hashtag CDC Whistleblower, which isn't mine, is everybody's. And I am here with Marcella Piper Terry, who is at Marcella Piper TE. And she's also with at VaxTruth and VaxTruth.org, which we were going to go over but need some editing. So today, we've been shooting these tips and trends videos that have been targeting people who have been doing this tweet fest with us for like over a month to try to modulate the way that they're doing it. On Twitter, and Marcella is going to talk to the Marcella army and we want to make sure that you don't feel overwhelmed by all of this. So Marcella, say hi to your people and let's just get them going.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad that we're here today and so excited about what's going on with the CDC whistleblower, hashtag CDC whistleblower, and the tweet fest on Twitter. And so we're just gonna talk to, I really want to talk to some of the people that, some of my friends on Facebook and people that have been so wonderful to me, and some of my people, my people, they're not my people, but some of the people that follow me, my friends
Right.
who have been really motivated to get out on street corners and holding up signs and are great on Facebook about sharing things, but maybe a little bit hesitant to dive into the Twitter pool. So as I was initially very resistant to it. So what I want to really emphasize is that it's not difficult, and there's a core group of people who are making it very easy for you to get your feet wet. You don't have to climb the high dive and do a swan dive or anything like that. All you have to do is get your feet wet and retweet, and it's very, very easy.
So how did you make it easy? Do you do it on your phone with the app? Do you do it only at home? What all do you do, Marcella?
I do it. I have multiple computers. I have one that is kind of stationary, and then I have my laptop, and then I have my phone. So I have Twitter on all of my devices. I've downloaded it on all of my devices, and just wherever I am, if I have a few minutes, I'll sit down and send out a few tweets. And it's not, there are people who are very, very dedicated and spending a lot of time doing this, but the thing is you don't have to do that. Anything that you do is going to count. So if you can I find it very easy to retweet from my phone. I'm not, it's a little bit more difficult for me to compose original tweets from my phone, but if I pull it up and I see the feed going through, when those tweets come through, all I have to do is just hit retweet, 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 and it goes. So,
okay, so
very, very.
And I just wanted to show them while you're talking that I'm just going to the big Q up in the top right-hand corner, and I'm just going to put in hashtag CDC whistleblower, and I'm just going to go right here and click on that. And it's going to bring up, and can you see, and I'm going to go to the all button instead of the top button, which is right here. And I'm just going to start looking for the tweets that are the best to retweet.
Right.
And I'll go over this a little bit because I think we're looking, once you've done that, it's super easy. And you can retweet every single one of these if you want, and that accomplishes one goal, which is getting our numbers to hashtag break 1 billion. And between now and January 1st, if you just want to sit in line on your phone and retweet every single one that comes through this feed that is from someone that looks familiar, that's totally fine.
That's what I would emphasize. If you're going to do that, then familiarize yourself with who are the people that you want to retweet from, who are the trusted ones, and that would be CESTAVE, CEESTAVE, and Carolyn Gamicia is another good one, and that's her last name is GAMMICCHIA. That's a long one. And then B1 Less is a good one. At Tanner's Dad is an excellent one to retweet, or you can retweet from me at Marcella Piper TE. If you want to follow me and let me know that you're following me, and I will follow you back, and that way we can maximize the number of people who see what we are doing.
And then we also have one Twitter account that has committed to only tweeting the ones that are kind of the best for fulfilling our goals, which is that it has either a video or a meme, it has the hashtag, a small message, and then the tiny URL to something important. So
That's yes, and what account is that?
that's at Now in Autism.
Now in Autism,
Yeah.
NOWIN Autism, and that's really important, and that's what I want to say also about this. And this is more than just your average Twitter storm, if there is such a thing as an average Twitter storm. But what the overall goal of this is much bigger than what we're doing right now in Break a Billion. Break a Billion is big. That's really important because the goal of that is to get this effort large enough where we can't be ignored, because we're being ignored in the mainstream media. What we want, short-term goal, is we want a congressional investigation of the fraud at the CDC and the CDC whistleblower issue. Even beyond that, though, what we want beyond that, and this is where I find it extremely helpful, what Dana's talking about with the tiny URL and having the visual image, because that tiny URL that is included in each one of these memes or videos that she's talking about, that is an electronic file system, and that is so helpful because over the years when I've been doing research and when I'm writing, I write a lot, and I try very hard to always cite the information that I'm putting out there, and I cite a lot of medical journals and reference articles and that kind of thing. So over the years, I have people that contact me and they say, you posted something, and you posted an article and I can't find it. Can you find it for me? And it might be something that I posted 2 or 3 years ago, and as I said, I have multiple computers, multiple things, and wherever I am, I tend to save things in that spot, and it's sometimes very difficult for me to find them again. So this system that is being implemented with the tiny URLs and the images, it gives you it activates several things. It activates different parts of your brain. It uses the visual part of your brain, it uses the language part of your brain, and it brings that information together in a way that your brain will be more likely to remember it, just from a strictly neuroscience standpoint. The other thing is that it is a permanent file that we are building on, that it's being built on every time one of those things goes out there. Every time one of those tiny URLs is created, it goes into a file system where we are actually building a library that is going to be much, much more user friendly than trying to go to multiple computers and find something flying by the seat of my pants, or somebody else is looking for something. This is a very, very well organized system that is going to benefit us years down the road. So that's the reason why we're emphasizing the tiny URL, including that, and including the visual along with it whenever possible.
So like this one right here is Barbara Lowe Fisher reference from nvic.org that has been the reference for almost 30 years now. And unlike the CDC and NIH and FDA, who will do these reports where they'll cite 16 quote-unquote studies that are usually doctor regurgitations of other stuff, this is something that now, if you can remember tinyurl .com/emerging risks, plural, you will 276 studies that all then go to, are those not real links? I hope they're, well, we'll figure that out. But this is just
if you have the reference to the study, then you can take that reference and you can just copy it and put it in your Google search, and if it's not linked to the study, it will bring it up.
It's still super fast, way faster than it. And one of the big statistics that people have really been able to get a lot of mileage out of in this CDC whistleblower Vax Truth, get people to the references, is this 1 and 2, tinyurl.com/1 and 2. It takes you directly to the NIH study that shows right here 54% of our kids are sick. And that'll carry you a long, long way. So as soon as you can remember this crazy visual, you can find it visually if you have to, or you can just remember the tiny URL 1 and 2 because half our kids are sick, and you're off to the races with all kind. And this one here is for Join Vax Truth. That one goes to the call to action that Marcella put out to you guys, and that's where a lot of y'all came from. So we're thrilled to have you. And Marcella, any final notes?
Well, that's just, I want to make sure that that is explained. And this was something I didn't get because I'm really relatively new to this, and I'm learning all the time. And I was afraid of it at first, but the tiny I was afraid of it. The tiny URL thing. When you see one of these memes that has tinyurl.com/ and then whatever it is, 1 and 2 or Join Vax Truth. Anytime you see that tinyurl.com/, you can take that information, that age of autism top 10, you can take that and type that into your address bar at the top of your computer screen, and you don't have to worry about HTTP or colon or www or any of that kind of stuff. You just type in tinyurl.com/ whatever comes after that, type it into the address bar, and it will take you exactly to the study or the article that is relevant to what you're looking for. So
Marcella, I'm going to teach you something new. You don't even have to type it in. It's a live link on Twitter. So while you're on Twitter, it's a live link. Yeah.
Yes. If it's typed into the Twitter. If it's not, if you see these memes and it's not, you don't see that typed in there, then that's where you go. That's where you can take the tiny URL information off of the meme itself, and then you do have. But that's also the reason why what we're doing now, and what Dana and at Tanner's Dan and at Tanner's Dad and CES Dave are doing on Twitter is including that live link in the tweet itself along with the meme, so that way you can just click on it and it goes to what you're looking for. So this is a work in progress, and it's building on a daily basis, and where we are right now is really focusing on getting out those tweets, retweeting from a select group, or composing your own. And one of the things, if you want to do this is something that I actually just started doing today, because I'm learning something. I learn one new thing each day, and that is to go to when I go to one of those trusted sources that I know on that are not trolls and not retweeting things that we don't want out there. So I go to one of those trusted sources, and I'll just pull up I'll open up an extra browser or an extra window on my computer. And so I have 2 tabs, and I'll pull up I'll go to, like, for instance, go to CES Dave and look at her Twitter thread and her tweet thread, and type on one, click on one that I like, and then just highlight the tweet itself, copy, and then go over to my own window and paste it as an original tweet. And that's perfectly okay.
Absolutely. In fact, we encourage you to do that, because what's happening is some of these major tweet initiators that have done it with the meme and the tiny URL, we have exhausted them as resources, meaning our main tweeters have already retweeted them, and now we need a new initial tweet to retweet again. So one of the things I originally did with Candace, since she was one of the main meme/tiny URL tweeters, was I would go to her photos right here, and I did this on my phone with Candace because it was too slow otherwise. She has 2,000 photos, and they are all, in the beginning they were 100% in this format. So if you're on your phone and you scroll to the very, very, very bottom of her memes, you can start retweeting from the bottom and work your way up. And then stop, go do whatever you're going to do, and then retweet from wherever you left off and go again. Just make sure that you're retweeting the non-time sensitive ones. Like, all of these are totally references. Every once in a while we have one in there. Like, if nobody's talking about Jenny, you don't really want to throw that one at them because it's a distraction. This was something that happened in real time, so we don't necessarily want to go back to Jerry. But these others that are non-time sensitive, we want to be all over that. But that's another way to retweet it. Any other things to say, Little Miss Everything, Marcella?
I think that's plenty. I think that's plenty, and I just want to encourage again anybody who might be a little bit hesitant. I'm so thankful for my friends on Facebook who are jumping in there with us, and my friends at Vax Truth who follow me at the vaxtruth.org website. Thank you so much again, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families. We love you, we appreciate you, and let's just get this done. Break 1 billion by New Year's. Come on.
Absolutely, absolutely, and there are no mistakes. Just there are no mistakes. Happy holidays. Hashtag CTC whistleblower breaks. Hashtag break 1 billion, and have a great New Year. We're gonna be tweeting like crazy. We love you, and be healthy. Marcella, last word.
I think you said it. Merry Christmas. We love
Merry
you.
Christmas. Okay, bye.